I have no idea if this is working. Okay, it is. Hello everyone, it's me, White Fire, back again for the second live stream of the day. Today I'd like to talk about rejection. And not just rejection from a female, or rejection from your friends, or rejection on a date. Genuine rejection that goes back to biblical standards. You know, if you are a Christian out there, there is a good chance that the world will reject you in many different ways. Many people will deny you friendship or care about you simply for the fact that you are religious. It states so in the Bible as well, that you will have long-term suffering and a lot of rejection. I know a lot of men find it hard to deal with rejection. Some even lash out. Take that story about Santa Barbara, the shooter, blah blah. Um, Point being on this video is that I just want to speak about rejection today and how you can overcome it. What are some of the symptoms that you might be facing that you don't realize are symptoms of rejection? And what is rejection in general? Why does it hurt a guy so much? And I would like to start out with why it hurts a man so much. Many men today are raised in families and in homes that don't care about them. I'd rather ship them off to a boarding school or do something to get rid of them because they are a young man and they cannot be controlled. Such as today, many people are putting their young men on Ritalin and trying therefore to calm the man, the beast, down. Instead of giving him a decent father that can take care of him and all that, they're setting him up on medication and pretending that the young boy is the problem. That in itself is a form of rejection. It's just right now the whole world of boys and men is coming underneath scrutiny, where men are just being starting to seen as evil and not needed anymore. There is a giant gaping hole there of rejection, and as men you have to be careful of this, that you don't fall for the trap and start feeling sorry for yourself or wanting to change yourself so you won't be rejected anymore. You know, life is hard and it's supposed to be hard. And only the shallow, superficial losers out there only care about the shallow, superficial things. You as a person have a lot to offer someone. And one day you might find that person. So don't go away just blowing it on everybody who will never appreciate what you have. And a lot of men today, like I said, they're raised with no love in their life whatsoever. Then here comes a female, giving him praise, stroking his ego, stroking his dick, and making him feel loved and appreciated for once in his life. So many men get suckered into this trap very easily, and it's part of the feministic abuse onto men. Serve the man no love, no caring, no kindness. That way he'll go out being a sucker and a simple drone to any female that gives it to him. This is why today you actually have the manginas. And the men that stumble over their own feet to get a little bit of praise and worship from a female. It's sad, but it's what's happening. Men are being raised today in no longer productive houses with good, strong families. They're raised to take care of themselves, to either sink or swim. And if you make it, you make it. But if you don't make it, you don't make it, right? So a lot of men today don't have any love in their life at all their lives, until they grow up and finally start dating, and then they find a female who is nice to them, and they fall for the trap. But you never really hear of a man that has a mother and a father becoming a victim of a narcissist. It's usually the men out there that have been raised by single mothers. The men out there that have been abused most of their lives and don't even understand that they have been abused. The man that's always been rejected in their life is because he's just too good of a person. I mean, you actually hear that from females today, that you are too nice of a person. You are too nice a person. As if that is something sinful. It's not something sinful, it's just the world is not used to your kindness, they're used to evilness. And now you join in as his fresh blood, and you're all caring, kind, sweet, and loyal. But rejection can be a hard thing to deal with, especially when you're unprepared for it, or you think it's not going to happen to you, and it does happen to you. The strong thing to remember is, there's only one of you. There's only one of you. You're unique, you're original, you're special, you matter. And despite some nasty ass foul-mouthed little hussy out there who doesn't seem to care about your well-being or your feelings while she tries to diminish you in front of her friends and your peers. Let it go. Because they're showing the true colors right there, what they really are. Just this disgusting piece of monstrosity. You have a heart, a soul, and you care, and you want to find the same back in return. So there's nothing wrong with you seeking. I only hope that you find. But like I said, you might be rejected a bunch of times down the road. You should never take this personally. It's just the way that the world is today. Everybody's out for themselves. They don't care who they trample. They don't even care about whose feelings they step on or how they get their goals done, as long as they get them done. And the feminists today are one of the worst scumbags out there, just trying to always beat down men and trying to emasculate men. But as I've been making this channel for the last almost 4 years, I've come across similar situations of men telling me how they feel rejected. They don't come out saying how they feel rejected, but they talk about what led up to the event where they broke up with the woman, what ended up breaking up the relationship. It usually comes down to rejection. I mean, most men have told me that when they lose their job, they lose the woman. When they get sick, they lose the woman. With me, it was when I got sick. They don't make enough money as they used to, so they lose the woman. All this superficial, shallow crap that just says to the man that, hey, he's not really an individual, he's more a puppet or a peg in the system, just to be used and disposed of, and that's not true. Know your self-worth, care about yourself, and you'll understand that you have a lot to offer somebody, and that's what you're going to be seeking. Now, I'm sorry for most men out there today that are raised in houses with no love in their lives. No parent to say, hey, good job, Johnny, or anyone to be proud of them or encourage them. Many men come from these families today. This is why you see them already emasculated before they actually get with a woman. We see them today getting with a woman and say, okay, he's pussy whipped. Truth was, he was already whipped because his mother whipped the crap out of him already. Stealing his father away from him, stealing away all the opportunities he could have had with his dad, and emasculating him over his entire lifetime to a point where he thinks that he is meant to be this way, that he's meant to be a keg in the system, meant to give over and be a slave. There's many aspects that are attacking men at the same time. This is why men have to become completely aware of what's going on. It's not just merely the feminists anymore. It's your own mothers, it's your own grandmothers, it's your own sisters, it's your own nieces, it's your aunties, it's all of them. They're all in on it, and some of them are unaware doing it, but most of them are pretty aware of what they're doing. And it's a dangerous world out there. I got some commentary here from Tony Broom. He writes, Black widows are all what women act like, and they want robots, so I think we need to make robot women. I'll invest in that. That brings me back to my video where I wrote that women love to have men but they hate men for being human. That's one of my most popular videos out there, and it basically explains how females see a man as a machine and not as something that pumps blood through its circulation and has emotions and feelings as well. I mean, just because a man is stable and secure in himself does not mean that he's a rock. That just means that over time he's developed that and gotten this far. I don't understand how you could spoil one sex to a point where they act completely narcissistic and entitled. Then have one sex who has survived it all the way up to his age 30, 35, who's made it that far. Then the one who's made it 35 on his own feels sorry when he doesn't please the one that's completely spoiled, rotten, and narcissistic. It's like, dude, you climbed that mountain. She was carried. So why do you feel bad if she gets knocked off? You're the one that gets to put your flag on that mountain. You earned it. It's like climbing Mount Everest and a woman takes a helicopter. You're climbing Mount Everest, your toes are halfway frozen off, your fingers are about ready to freeze off. You're standing on top of that mountain now and you want to stick your flag in that mountain and claim the mountain for your own. And here comes some little narcissistic cunt falling down off a rope from a helicopter who sticks her flag right in front of you, in the ground right in front of you, and claims the mountaintop for her own. That's what's really going on. And it's just time to put a stop to that. I don't want any guys out there to feel like they are being rejected. Sure, they're being rejected by society, but it doesn't make them a reject. It makes them something that others are afraid of, something others are intimidated by. You are a threat because you are bigger than them, you are stronger than them, and they know it. So to all the guys out there who have actually dealt with rejection, be it parental rejection, girlfriend rejection, whichever kind of form you've had, even teacher rejection, whatever form you've had, just always remember it wasn't you, it was them. They couldn't maintain the illusion they were trying to maintain, or you outgrew them. So you might be losing people here and there along the way, feeling like they've given up on you or they've rejected you. But you might want to look twice, and you might see that you actually outgrew them and that you're better than them, and that they were the ones who were lucky to have you, and that they are the ones that are going to be losing out when you are no longer there. So this is Ward on Fire for now. I just thought I'd make this quick video called Rejection. I think it's important for men out there to actually realize that even if you are being rejected in the moment, it's not you, it is always them. For they do not see who you are in your entirety, they only see you for what you can give them at the moment. A free beer, a free ride, easy sex, quick little relationship. For them, it's all about what they can get out of you. I mean, isn't that what the phrase "man up" is about too? Think about that one. If you're in the military and you're not performing up to par, and a man comes up to you who's one of your peers, and he smacks you on the back of the shoulder and says, "Man up, boy," well, then you're going to tend to man up. But at least that's a male telling you it. When females tell you it, it's basically, you're not giving me enough free stuff, you're not taking care of me properly, you are not spoiling me rotten, so man up. And sadly, like I said, most men today are raised by feministic women in feministic households, and usually the father is not even there. So the boy is beaten down all of his life, so come adulthood, when he is ready to go out and find a woman, he's gonna treat her like the little princess everybody's told him that she was. And then he's gonna find out the hard, cold way that she was never like that in the first place. Tony Broom writes, "It's best to be rejected than to spend a lot of money and time just to be rejected later." And that's the truth of it. And only an evil, heartless psycho bitch would do that to you. Like my ex. She set it up for 10 whole months, and then at the 10th month she pulled the rug out from underneath me. And thinking it's totally funny. That's what they do. They're complete psychos. They don't even understand the behavior that they're doing is going to reflect on them later on in life when they do it to too many people. It's like Peter and the Wolf. That old story that I was taught when I was like 5 years old. These people are not even taught. The simple story of Peter and the Wolf. That Peter used to cry, "Wolf, wolf, wolf," and all the townsfolk would come together, ready to kill the wolf. And Peter would sit there laughing, "Ha ha ha ha, I made you all run up to the city gates and there was no wolf, ha ha ha. I got you all really good, ha ha ha, I got you all really good." Then a couple weeks later again, Peter would do it again, start crying wolf, and everybody came running up with their guns loaded and their cannons, and they got their pitchforks, and everybody's ready to kill this wolf. And Peter's cracking up, rolling over the floor, laughing his ass off, "Ha ha ha, I fooled you all." Then a week later, Peter starts screaming, "Help, help, help," and he gets eaten. And nobody comes to help him. That's the same with the narcissists and these people today. Eventually, it all blows up in their face. I have major leg issues right now, still with the burn, and it's quite painful to even sit here and talk. So I'm going to cut the conversation off right now and go take care of that, take a shower, and clean up my wound and everything. You all have a great evening. I just want to make this video today that men should not feel rejected. They should understand that if they are being rejected, it's only because the person does not know who they are, or you're already better than that person anyways, and they're afraid of you. So with that said, it's me, Warden Smire, saying have a great day, everyone. Take care. Push your shoulders back, chin up, and be strong and know who you are. Later, Tony.